Benedict Cumberbatch, the enigmatic British actor renowned for his captivating portrayals in films and series that span genres from cerebral mysteries to fantastical epics, has once again invited the public into a deeply personal realm of his life. In a candid revelation that underscores the transformative power of parenthood, the 49-year-old star of the iconic BBC series Sherlock confessed that becoming a father has rendered his emotions paper thin. This striking metaphor, shared during an intimate conversation, paints a vivid picture of vulnerability, a state where the once impenetrable barriers of emotional reserve have dissolved into something fragile and translucent, allowing the raw currents of joy, sorrow, and everything in between to flow unimpeded. Cumberbatch's journey into fatherhood began in earnest in 2015, the same year he exchanged vows with his wife, the accomplished theater director and actress Sophie Hunter. Their union, a blend of artistic souls who first crossed paths in the hallowed halls of the performing arts world, has been blessed with 3 sons. Christopher, now 10 years old and on the cusp of adolescence, Hal, a spirited 8-year-old, and the youngest, Finn, who recently turned 6 amid the whirlwind of family celebrations. These boys, though largely shielded from the relentless glare of paparazzi flashes and tabloid scrutiny, represent the quiet anchors in Cumberbatch's otherwise tumultuous professional life. He has long been a guardian of their privacy, a deliberate choice that speaks volumes about his priorities, ensuring that the innocent laughter and unscripted moments of childhood remain untainted by the performative demands of celebrity. The actor's reflections on fatherhood extend far beyond the surface-level anecdotes of sleepless nights or milestone birthdays. In his discussion, Cumberbatch delved into the profound psychological and artistic ramifications of this life-altering role. "Fatherhood made my emotions paper thin," he articulated with a sincerity that resonates through the printed word. "That's what changes how you act when you become a father. It isn't necessarily crossovers between your experience and the characters. It's that you become an unfettered channel to stuff that you weren't before." Here he illuminates a key evolution: parenthood as a conduit, stripping away the filters that once mediated his interactions with the world. No longer is there a deliberate separation between the self and the roles he inhabits on screen. Instead, the experiences of nurturing, worrying, and cherishing his children seep into his performances, infusing them with an authenticity that borders on the visceral. This emotional permeability manifests in unexpected ways, as Cumberbatch humorously yet poignantly illustrated. "Barbie makes you cry and other things make you angry," he quipped, referencing the 2023 blockbuster that unexpectedly tugged at heartstrings worldwide. The film's pastel-hued exploration of identity and societal expectations, once dismissed by some as mere popcorn fodder, now evokes tears for the actor, a testament to how fatherhood amplifies empathy. It's not just films. Everyday encounters, from a child's innocent question to the subtle injustices of the world, ignite fiercer responses. Anger, too, simmers closer to the surface, perhaps a protective instinct sharpened by the knowledge that his sons will one day navigate these same turbulent waters. This heightened sensitivity is not portrayed as a weakness but as a superpower, one that enriches his craft and deepens his connection to humanity. One of the most evocative moments Cumberbatch shared was his attendance at an Oasis concert at London's Wembley Stadium over the summer, a spectacle that transcended music to become a communal catharsis. The band, whose reunion after a 15-year hiatus electrified fans across generations, drew an unprecedented crowd of 90,000, a sea of humanity united in nostalgia and raw emotion. Cumberbatch described the scene with awe. "It was extraordinary. To see 90,000 men of every generation, children, grandparents, a lot of late 40-year-olds, having this emotional sing-along, strangers putting their arms around each other, weeping through Richard Ashcroft's set and then Oasis." In this tableau he witnessed something rare in modern masculinity: unapologetic vulnerability. Men, often conditioned to suppress tears, wept openly as anthems like "Wonderwall" and "Don't Look Back in Anger" echoed through the stadium. Ashcroft's guest appearance, with his haunting vocals on tracks like "Bittersweet Symphony," amplified the intensity, turning the event into a collective therapy session. For Cumberbatch, a man who has portrayed brooding detectives and regal dragons, this was a reminder of music's power to heal, a parallel to the emotional unburdening he experiences through fatherhood. Such insights into Cumberbatch's family life are treasures, given his steadfast commitment to privacy. His children appear only fleetingly in public narratives, a deliberate veil drawn to preserve their normalcy. Yet, in a January interview he peeled back another layer, discussing the inexorable march of time that parenthood accelerates. "The minute you have kids, this sense of time sinks in far more profoundly," he reflected. My youngest is turning 6 tomorrow and I'm like, I will be in my 60s when he's 21, you know? It's crazy. It's gone so fast. So there's a huge shift in priorities, and it makes you value what you do with your life in a very different way. This contemplation of mortality is not morbid but motivational, a clarion call to infuse every moment with purpose. At 49, Cumberbatch is acutely aware that his professional accolades, from Emmy wins to Oscar nominations, pale in comparison to the legacy he builds at home. Fatherhood reframes success, shifting the metric from critical acclaim to the quiet pride in a well-told bedtime story. This reevaluation extends to his public persona. Cumberbatch has openly discussed the lengths he goes to disguise himself during family outings, a ritual born of love rather than paranoia. With my family, I try to disguise myself, because I do not want the attention drawn on them, he explained on a recent podcast. I want them to have the right to their privacy and their time. But apart from that, I just have to own it. It takes an effort though. Imagine the scene, a father donning oversized hats, scarves, or even theatrical prosthetics, not for a role but for a simple park stroll. The irony is not lost on him. The man who vanishes into characters like the shape-shifting Loki or the introspective Alan Turing must now navigate invisibility in his own life. It's very weird walking into a room and everyone, well, a lot of people might recognize you, you don't know anyone, he added, capturing the isolation that fame can breed. Yet, this effort underscores his devotion, a quiet heroism in the face of constant scrutiny.